Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio. Ours is a place where dreams take flight, voices are heard, and stories are shared. This is where cultures meet, connections are formed, and ideas are transformed into action. This is your destination for authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives, and meaningful conversations. We're where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover our world of education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our USA Global TV channel and download our USA Global TV app. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. With heartfelt thanks to our executive producer, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, music scored by Yifei Tang from Cloud Road Music, creative direction by Paul Garcia, and I'm Alcini, and I'm very proud to be part of the USA Global TV and Radio family. So join us here at USA Global TV and Radio. Make us your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication, or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited. Thank you for being a part of our global community. Let's inspire together.
Welcome to the YouTube Silver Creator Award-winning channel, USA Global TV and Radio. This is The Wise Ones, and I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. No, I am not Red O'Loughlin. He is off today, so I am filling in for him. Today, we have a fabulous guest, one of our own team members, and he actually was featured earlier today, in case you missed it, on Authentic Achievements with Kim Adele Randall. His name is Robert J. Moore. He is no stranger to television, to worldwide stages. His backstory is incredible. He has gone through so much in his life, and from where he's been to where he is to where he's going, that is an entire series that we could get into. So his life was filled with a lot of challenges, which he'll talk to us about, but he didn't let any of those things break him. He didn't let any of those things keep him back. He kept pushing and pushing, as he does all the time. Anytime he and I interact, he is always on a project making something happen. He is a serial entrepreneur. He is an author. He is a father. He is a husband. He is a Forbes coach. He has had many different opportunities in his life to lift up others as a therapist and as a mentor and as a coach, and he continuously does so. And now he is helping entrepreneurs, business owners, make their life a lot easier by understanding how to incorporate artificial intelligence to help take some of these hats that we have, these tasks that we have, and automate them. He also has a new book coming out. Let's welcome from Canada, Robert J. Moore.
Hello, hey, Robert. How are you?
Good to see you.
From the chilly Canada. Kind of chilly today.
It's a little chilly here as well, but it's warm here in the studio. So
I'm here. I got the heat up here. I got my own studio here. You know, it's right on my own land, so I'm good there too.
Yeah, that's nice. I remember you telling me that you built a lot of your studio, and I don't know if you built your home.
The whole thing from scratch. It's all heated floors. It's all soundproof, so you can't hear nothing outside of this. I got like 250 watts. You can't hear outside when I play it. Sometimes I get going. I do things craziness, because I get into my martial arts behind me. I don't know if you can see that, but I got my bag and everything else there.
Oh, yeah, I see that. By the way, before we get into the artificial intelligence, tell us a little bit about the martial arts. It's not something I'm that familiar with. What exactly do you do?
It's mixed martial arts. Basically what it is kung fu. It's weapons. You learn the weapons. It's Tai Chi mixed in with it, and you got self-defense. What it is it helps you focus on. See, I'm an old street fighter. We'll get into that in a bit. But I wanted to change around the street fight mentality and bring it into a new spot where I can actually not get mad at someone for something and go and in my mind want to go up and backhand them. In order to protect my family, instead of having weapons around. And I have cameras, but I mean, I don't need the weapons because I'm not allowed them anyways because of my history. You'll get into that, like I said. And I'd rather just learn martial arts, and it's something that will help me. I'm 53 years old. I wanted to slim down a bit, get in better shape, and what better way? And I'll tell you right now, my sensei, she is no person to mess around with. I'm used to protecting women all my life. And that's the way I was, because when I was with the bikers and everybody else, they were like, you have to protect women, you know, you don't sass them up, you don't disrespect them. And then all of a sudden, it's like I'm being trained by a woman with, was it 6 black belts? I don't have a black belt. And she's like, Robert, hit. Don't be a wussy, hit. And I'm like, I can't hit a woman. You know what I mean? So finally I put a little rhythm in there, and then she's like, that's a little better.
It's interesting when we've been trained not to do something, and then all of a sudden we need to do it. We have to reprogram. But that's what you've been doing your whole life, right? Your whole life, you were always reprogramming. And so I didn't go into your backstory, which I have heard, but I wanted to save that for you because nobody can deliver it like you can.
Well, I'll say it real quick. I mean, I was a drug addict, alcoholic for many years. Started at the age of 13. When I hit 20 years old, my common law wife at the time, she ended up dying giving birth. Pulmonary emboli, epileptic seizure right in my hands. And my son's okay. He grew up he wanted to be a gangster like his dad. And I basically told him he's not going to be a gangster. We're going to go in the backyard. See, whoever gets out of the backyard is going to be the gangster. He says, you're going to kick the shit out of your own son. I said, I'll do whatever it takes so you're not going to live the life I lived. I was 17 years in the prison. For armed robberies, attempted murders, and protecting women. Like I said, you know, beating people up. I was highly into the drugs and alcohol. There wasn't much I didn't do. Today's I'm glad I have it now because it's a whole different scene with drugs and alcohol these days. I'm 20 years clean and sober. I've also spent 7 years on the streets. In that period of getting clean and sober, I went and got educated with my social service worker diploma and my addictions degree, BA in psychology, my harm reduction, mental health crisis, 200 doctorate degrees, and I'm also certified AI, certified in AI. Pardon me. So yeah, it's been a lot. I guess I got addicted to the traveling of school inside me.
Well, I love that about you. That's terrific. You know, something I want to talk about. I know Red has interviewed people on the corner bookstore and he's asked them about artificial intelligence. And a lot of authors get really like, whoa, no, there's no way. And I love artificial intelligence. So I think that maybe there's a misunderstanding. So could you just share as an author, and also, you know, you've had your own publishing company, what is the benefit just to authors specifically for artificial intelligence?
Yeah, I had my own publishing company. I did over 500 books there. This would be like my 502 book I'm doing right now. I didn't think I'd ever write another book. It just right out of the blue. I was laying in bed. I was sick. I said, I'll write a book, and I did it on my phone and waiting for a big publisher to get a hold of me, and we're on the midst of saying yes and doing a contract with them. So when you're looking at AI and as an author and everything else, I mean, you could utilize that in different ways. You can either utilize it to push it out there, utilize it in the book to gather more information to help other people understand. For my instance, my book, I mean, she has a picture of it on this side. If she wants to show it, that's up to you. It's AI 5 years in advance, how entrepreneurs build the future before everyone else wakes up. And obviously by me, I've been featured in Forbes a couple of times, got Guinness World Records, which is on my wall. Now, here's the thing. When you're looking at this book, people say, not just another book. Well, this isn't just another book. I didn't want it to be another book. I always keep things 5 years in advance when it comes to AI because things come so fast, man. Here's the thing. Give you the concept of everything that's going on with the AI and the different styles and different things you could use. Well, guess what? Now you got scenarios in there, and you also have hands-on material in there that you can actually do physically learn. So I teach people in there basically how to use it in different ways to get them more beneficial outcomes. You know, I've had some very good experience with it. You know, I mean, I launched one of my websites the other day. I got accepted on today was the third one. Just a few minutes ago, I got accepted in another one. In Dealmere, I got accepted in there. I got accepted in Dealify, and I got accepted in Deal Funnel. And I'm also talking to AppSumo at the same time about putting my SaaS platform up on theirs to help other people build their businesses.
Thank you for sharing that, Robert. And obviously, you have a lot of experience when it comes to technology and software. And again, especially authors, we're not on the corner bookstore, but I know authors are very intimidated by technology. And so to me, a lot of my life is about technology. I absolutely love it. But how could you break down how artificial intelligence can help business owners so that even a sixth grader can understand it?
Well, I mean, first of all, when you're looking at technology alone, I mean, when I was younger, I remember the big white machines that you have to get from Apple or whatever it was. You have the little green thing dot across there, and I picked that thing up, threw it right out the window because I didn't want to learn it. Years later, I learned it when I got out of prison. And I want to tell you something right now, man. We never had AI. It was only been the last few years it's really been booming, really come out. That's why I went and got certified. I wanted to learn it. I didn't want to miss out on the trend that was going on. I missed out when crypto was going on. I lost a lot of money because of it. But I didn't want to miss on this because it didn't really cost me any money. It just cost me the fact of learning, put things aside to learn. You don't have to actually sit down and learn it, get certified like I did or go as depth as I did. You got things like this, all right? I have programs out there. One right now, it's going to be released in the next couple of weeks. It actually has 300 different AI agents in it. The one to 100 basically is marketing. So it helps you with your newsletters. It helps you. This is all the script part of it, the writing of it. Now check this out. There's all your email scripts, your blogs, your ads, video scripts, all the market material you need, all the different styles. All right. And that's the one that's one I just released last week. And that one's in a lot of different places. So basically what it does, it helps build people's businesses that no matter what level you are, you can carry on from when you go into number one, but you won't be able to go into it because you're not in the login section there. When you go into number one, it's got a platform in there. And what it does is it allows you to build your whole system in there, and it teaches you and walks you through everything. If you actually go on my website, you can actually see on my website, there's several different testimonials down below. Go into the second one. Yeah, that one there where you were in last time. And then what you do is you go into, when you're in that one, you'll see the testimonials down below. Now, like I was saying about the other one there's the other 180 is going to be all automation. So people could send emails. They don't have to do anything because all you have to do is feed the information to it, and it will set it all up and it'll do it all. So you have all automation. It's the scheduler, the CRM, the sync, the auto that does your newsletters, does your emails, does all the stuff on social media. It's going to do them all. And then you have the Guardian part of it, which is the software that I'm putting in there for the agents to help support everybody else's stuff, like the security, the recovery, the backup. And not only that, I want to let everybody know anytime you put your API in there or your password, I have it set up with the security system that it encrypts it. So not even I as the developer can see that, but you'll have a chance to refresh it and renew it if you lose yours. So that's that one program coming out. But this one here, it's already out there and moving fast. It helps a lot of people, this one. I get over 100 people in less than 2 weeks that bought this one here, and it's moving.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. So a question I have, because I've heard this from business owners, they'll say, you know what? I'm afraid to outsource anything or to incorporate artificial intelligence. I'm going to do it all myself, hour after hour after hour. What would you say to them? How do you know when to let go of your baby and bring in some team members like artificial intelligence, or when should you hold and cling on?
Well, I had a big team before. And last Christmas I decided, well, you know what? I got to do some cutbacks because things are changing in life. So one of the biggest teams I let go. I let the whole part of my whole team go by. I fired them all, right? And the reason why I say that is because it wasn't actual people. It was called the team of excuses. Every time I turn around, there was an excuse. Oh, I can't do that because I can't let someone else touch my stuff, or I got to be the one doing it. They're not going to do it right. All this is a bunch of malarkey. I mean, you need the help. I guarantee you need the help. If you don't allow someone else to help you, then allow an AI to help you. They're not going to leak your stuff. Or you can build that lead. If you're going to build it, you're going to take your time. You better know what you're doing when it comes to coding. I mean, coding is not easy to do. I do it all the time. I've learned it. I put it together. It looks like a bunch of weird conversation going on in one paper. X double O, this, that, this minus plus, and all that. Believe it or not, that's a sentence. You know what I mean? And it teaches you that the HTML style that you use for it, or the PHP style, is very different than writing an actual letter. You can't. A lot of people do website development. I do the back end, and it shows on the front end. So basically, in order for all that stuff to happen, I got to do it on PHP, or I got to do it on HTML, which is a system that I use to build the front end. A lot of people, they just go in, they drag and drop these other places, or they use AI. They describe what they want, and AI just builds it for them. But a lot of people have a hard time letting go, like you were saying. People just don't want to let go, and they think, oh, it's my baby, it's my baby. I'm going to tell you something. I didn't want to let any of my programs go to the outside world, the next level AI team. I didn't want to let that go, because you know what? I was afraid of what was going to be said about it. I was afraid hey, that's my baby. I feel good making it. I feel really good. Now it comes to the time I got to send it out. It's like, there's that brick wall. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But I encourage people. If you got something negative to say about it, that's beautiful. I will listen to 3 or 4 different people. I'll look at the different stuff that's going on with it. I'll look at the different reviews. And when I see 3 or 4 reviews that say the same thing, that's when I go in and I'll fix that situation. And I'll thank those people too for that. You know what I mean? But I don't really worry about the criticism no more. I used to back in the day, 15 years ago when I started. I mean, someone would give me some criticism, I'd want to go over and give them a little slap upside the soup coolers. And, today I don't worry about that, because I thank people. The more people that are criticizing you, it means you're doing something right. It means the world's noticing you. It means you're getting out there more. You can't just sit there and say, okay, well, I'm good. I'm doing this. I'm a great coach. Well, what are you doing to prove it? You got to get out there and do something. You got to get recognized. In order to get recognized, you got to hear the other part of it too. So just to let you know.
That's beautiful. I love that. Being open to feedback is so important. And I would love to have you walk us through. We have Susie, business owner, and Susie wants to grow her business. She's got a really cumbersome newsletter, right? She's really tired of doing it. She wants to do some masterminds. Maybe she wants to have a subscription service, membership only, but she's only one person and she doesn't know what to do. So I think that what you're offering can help with that, can it?
Well, sure it can. I mean, basically what my system does is it lets you go in there and discuss it with the ChatGPT member that's in there. I built it in the back end on that next level AI team. I built on the next end so it's structured. It doesn't lure off at all. I gave it very strict rules. It's called the truth zone and everything. So they go by that. I've tried luring it off, and it just won't go. I made fake accounts, make it look good. And then finally at the end, I said, do you know who I am? They said, no. You must know something, though, because you seem to know the behind the curtain stuff. And they couldn't figure out who I was. But then they got right back on topic. So, I mean, it was kind of cool how it worked. If you're actually looking to, Susie, whoever it may be, Fred, George, Sam, whoever it is, I don't care what business you're doing. Get in there, start talking to the AI that I built together. And I'll tell you something right now, man. It'll walk you through things. There's marketing in there. You don't have to do each one of them. You could start at the beginning. If you don't like what, feel comfortable working at that one there, go into the second one, go into the third. There's 7 different AIs in there, all different levels, all different things. Don't matter what level. You could be multimillionaire. You could be beginner. It walks you through everything. You tell it what you want. You're the one in charge.
Okay, for those who are listening on an audio platform only, okay, we are now over on this website, Next Level AI Team. And Robert, if you would, can you just walk us through the steps here, like read them aloud for people who are on audio only?
Sure. I mean, when you go on to there, you do the pricing and that. I mean, you basically, if you're buying it off another source, like Delify or someone like that, they're going to give you a code. And what's going to happen is you redeem the code that they give you, put it in, and then you kind of build your accounts. You put your name, email, and your password that you want. So what happens is that'll send you an email afterwards. You go into the email and then you confirm the email, and then it will send you right into the login spot. And then once you're logged in, you're going to see a whole different back end. But this part here, when you're doing the buying, when you do the buying source up front, now I'm going to give you guys a little hint. I got it down from $447 to $67 right now, US, literally, to sell big. Because I think a lot of people, it's not about money with me. It's about getting it out there and let people have some fun with it. Let people learn, get people out of the gutter. So many people have been hurt in the last several years since COVID because there's hasn't been money for them. I mean, something like this. I got a girl right now in Slovakia. She literally was doing coaching with me, and she hasn't been talking to me because she's using my system. She goes, "Oh, I'm learning a lot from your system. I'll get back to you later." Okay, see you later then. Talk to you sometimes later. So when you're buying regularly, I mean, basically you go in, it's got the PayPal button there. You press the PayPal button, and then it goes to PayPal. You pay either through your credit card, or you can sign into PayPal or as a guest. And then it directs you right back to making an account, and it sends you into your email and lets you back in. So it's very simple. It's very straightforward kind of thing.
So, Robert, I just want to just clarify. So people can be sent from somewhere else, and they're going to get a code. They enter the code here, then they get an email, then the email takes them into the back end. If they don't get a code, the first thing they do is they come here and they sign up with PayPal for $67, and then they can actually start asking through the
once they pay, it goes to PayPal. PayPal directs them back to a page where they sign up. They get an email. After they get the email, it lets them log in. And then once they're logged in on the dashboard, that's where they can ask all the questions, and they can actually see the membership and building the offer builder. The number 2 is a beta launch, and it goes on from there. The authority credibility monitor. Number 4, marketing and growth. So you can actually pick which one you need more help with, or you can start from number 1. And what you can do, I think the best way to do it is go through number 1, see what they say, because you never know what you're going to learn. After you go through number 1, ask for a synopsis of it. Get a synopsis, copy that, go to number 2, and just drop that in number 2 and work from there and let that build up. Let them know, instead of repeating yourself all the time. That's the way I like doing it. I do it on my phone all the time. I test it. I go through things. And so when you do that, you go to number 2, let it go through, and you can ask for downloads, you can ask for pictures, whatever it may be, and then go from there.
Thank you, Robert. And the $67, is that a special promo for a certain amount of time?
I'm leaving that till after Christmas right now. So it's $67, and I got a special in there because at the very end you have a landing page. You can actually do a landing page, and that's actually pretty crazy too. I mean, you don't see very many people actually have a landing page. You could download after you put all this information in there, download it, put it on your own website, and it automatically works for you.
Fantastic. And so is this $67, is that every month, or is it one time?
No, it's one-time fee.
Wow.
Lifetime. It's a lifetime membership. And guess what? All the upgrades later on come for free. Once you're in lifetime membership, that's it. There's no upsell on that one whatsoever. That one's $67. That's it. I mean, later on down the road, I mean, after Christmas time, I might put it back to $447. I'll see if there's enough people coming in at 67. If it still continues to grow that way, I'll keep it that way for a while to give people a chance. I'm not in a rush. I'm not all about making money, because I do my passion. I work with passion and structure and foundations. I don't work with, I got to pay the bills. My bills are always paid.
I appreciate that. And I loved what you shared on authentic achievements. And I'd love to have you share that again about the ways that people can live where you have all your bills paid. What did you say that was freedom?
Yeah, you got if you have money, right? So then you have bills that you want, what was I lost the word that you were saying. You said freedom. Yeah. Financial freedom. If you want financial freedom, but then financial freedom to me is something different for other people. So financial freedom to me is when I have all my bills paid. Hypothetically, say I'm new and I'm doing things. Now I got all the bills paid. Sometimes I pay them 2-3 months in advance. to make sure they're all paid for, to make sure that I'm comfortable, I don't have nothing haunting me, so I can sit down and work. Well, if I'm broke after that and the food's in the house and my wife's got a few bucks in her pocket, my kids are okay, and I got the hydro's paid, the internet's paid, and phone bills paid, and mortgages paid, and all that stuff, I'm free. I'm free of all that money. So that's financial freedom to me. Now, when I want to talk about abundance of money, that's when you can travel, do whatever you want, and financial freedom obviously is a part of that. And then on top of that, you got the abundance of money. The abundance of money is when you have a lot of extra money that you can go have that coffee. You can go have that, buy that extra book or buy that computer TV, 75-inch TV like I bought my son not long ago. My son, 7-year-old son, 75-inch TV. I don't watch TV. You know what I mean? So, it's true. I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube and that's it.
Isn't it funny? I love that you just shared that, because so many of us in this space do not watch TV. We're on TV, but we don't watch TV because we're so busy creating and actually living. But we do appreciate the people watching. So thank you so much for doing that.
I mean, I do different shows all the time. I've even got one with you guys. I slacked off because I had to build for a while. What happened was I was doing the WordPress stuff. And then later on down the road, I was like, I'm being refused of all these people. I built like 6 months worth. This is the hard thing. If you're a developer, this is why I say sometimes it's easier to buy some other people's stuff and use their platforms at a cheaper price than to build, because I went 6 months, literally 6 months in 2025. I was still coaching. I was still paying the bills. Everything was good. Plus I have money on the side anyways. But here's the problem. When you're looking at the situation, I went 6 months to be rejected. 6 months. I built them to a T, and I found out WordPress is good, but SaaS is the one that's coming in, which is just a software program that everybody's starting to use. The WordPress one is when you got to incorporate that stuff in your landing pages and everything else. I've never liked WordPress to begin with, but when I started building it, I fell in love with it, to get slapped in the face 6 months later. So I personally don't use WordPress anymore, because I feel it's a thing of the past. And I feel that AI is taking this to a different route with the SaaS platforms.
Yeah. So by the way, some of what you said was like a foreign language to me.
I like foreign languages. I like foreign languages.
Well, I know that you are always out there learning as much as you can, and then you put it together. And by the way, we make mistakes, right? We might have gone down a path for business and we realize, hey, you know what? I think I'm better served over here, and that's okay. I'd love to have you talk a little bit about the work that you've done as a therapist and as a coach. You're very direct. You shared in our last show, right? You're not playing around. You pretty much tell people.
I got no time for that games.
Yeah. So if someone comes to you, and you mentioned on the last show, they don't know what they want to do. What if someone is convicted that this is what they want to do, and yet they're not getting anywhere? How do you handle that?
I've been there. Oh boy, I've been there. First of all, I just want to explain, everybody says SaaS because they don't understand what that part might be. Foreign language. It's a service. It's a software as a service, just to put that out there. Now, I used to be a stubborn goat. Probably still am, but that's okay. I've learned a few lessons in between to let go of certain things. Even allowing AI in my business, even allowing someone else to sit there and work with me. Now, even having an editor, I was the crappiest speller known to man. I mean, when I was going through school, I had a learning disorder I didn't know much about. But you know what? I didn't use that as, oh, well, I have this, I can't do that. Well, no, I use it as an advantage. You know what I mean? I overly learned. So when I did my my schooling in that, when I went through school in university, here's the thing. It didn't matter if I knew how to read proper or not, or understand it properly. I just read the lines on the side, and I did the exam, and I did well. Didn't matter if I got a 51, don't matter if I got 99, as long as I understood it to pass. That was my thing. So now moving on to stuff when you're stubborn and you're sitting there saying, well, I want to do it this way. I want to do it this way. That's because you're conditioned to do it that way. But you say you're not getting nowhere, so where's the missing puzzle? You're going to have to open up the door somewhere else. I would advise you to look at someone in the world that you think is doing well. Don't pick someone that's really close to you, good buddies with you, because you'll drag each other down. And the reason why I say that is get someone that's hardcore. Get someone that's not afraid to tell you the truth. Like when someone works with me, I don't give a shit about their emotions. I really couldn't care less. You know why? Because it's not their emotions I'm working with. I used to be a therapist. I worked with emotions a lot of years. I studied that. I'm working with you as a business partner. I'm working with you building your business properly to get you out there more. So I'm more worried about your business than your emotions. And I'm gonna be a straight shooter, man. I'm gonna say it as it is. There's no sense bullshitting around. So when I look at the situation, I see stubbornness, I see me in there, and I figure, okay, how can I work with this person? Because I learned how to read the physiology of the expressions of the face, body language, tone of voice, and even through email, I could read the tone on that. So when I'm working with that person, I'm trying to see the best beneficial way. I usually get their interest. I want to know their interest, where they want to go with it. It tells me a lot. It tells me a lot. So when the person, Jimmy Cricket, comes up and says, hey, Robert, I'm a mechanic. I want to open my own store, but I'm excited to do it out of my own house. Well, the wife don't want me there because it's making a mess. It's got, oil all over the place, so now you have to bring him out of that scene. So tell him, listen, why don't you just go rent for a month? See how that works. Maybe it's better for your relationship, and try and give them these scenarios, but let them come up with their own ideas. If you let them come up with their own ideas, they feel like they actually invested in that. All right. Now they own that. And that's a beautiful thing, because if you're actually, as a therapist or anybody else, you're actually giving them advice, even as a coach, you got to be careful, because they're sitting there saying, oh, my coach said this, my coach said that, but they might be saying it in a third party language that could get you in trouble. So I always let them come up with their own answers. I might say 4 or 5 different ones and that lead to that one, but it's because I know psychology really well.
I just love what you're sharing. That's phenomenal, because there is a fine line. And sometimes if someone tells you something that they think you should be doing and they are in a professional capacity, that can turn back on you in a very bad way.
Yeah.
So just as a follow-up question, because I've always wondered this, I actually had a client who asked me this, and I wasn't actually sure, because I wasn't going to direct them, but how does a person know if they're very close to hitting it big, or they should stop and regroup? Because there's that
Don't
old
give up
expression.
10 minutes before the miracle happens, period.
Right, exactly. So, but how do you know when the 10 minutes is? What if the 10 minutes is 2 hours, 2
You
months?
stop, you'll never find out, will you?
Yeah. So you just keep going, basically.
Listen, I mean, there's a tunnel underneath the ground. There's 2 guys that are sitting there going, and there you see, everybody's seen the little pictures before. At 5 feet away is the pile of gold, and these guys been at it for years. All of a sudden, they get like 5 feet away and they give up. Now another guy comes in and he says, "Okay, well, let's try it." 10 minutes later, guess what he does with that 5 feet? He hits gold. So guess what? If you sit there and give up on yourself, you're the worst enemy. You look in the mirror and you sit there and tell yourself, man, you're not giving up. If you go to here's one of the biggest things I love telling people. All right. If I got my head underwater, what am I thinking? I want my air. I can't breathe. I need air. All right. If you want a bear, I like a bear. I don't want no bear. If I want air as bad as I can breathe, I'll put it to my head, to my heart. It's an 18-inch rule. All right, put it from your head to your heart. Now you got an emotion behind the thing you're looking to do. If you're actually putting emotion behind the stuff that you're willing to do, and you put a passion behind it, you're not going to stop. If there's no passion there, if you're only looking at it for money-wise, go play bingo. You know what I mean? Go to the slot machines. You have a better chance, because then you're just drawing in bills anyways, no matter which way you're looking at. My advice is keep going. If this is your passion, learn how you can adapt that even more. Learn how you can incorporate different issues, different things to help solutions to other people out in that field or niche where you're at.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're sharing. And I just have a quick example I'd love your input on. I work out pretty much 7 days a week, and I go to this place and I take these classes. And so one of them involves interval training, and I was on the treadmill, and my sneaker was too big, and I knew I should change it, go to the locker room, would have taken 5 minutes, but I didn't do it. So I fell off the treadmill and I got pretty beat up. It could have been a lot worse, but I went back 2 days later and I looked at the treadmill and I said, you're not getting this on me. You're not. So now I'm back. I go every day, but I'm holding on. And I'm holding on because the whole time I'm thinking that I could fall. And I know, because I'm thinking it, I could actually fall. And so this happens in business as well. And so I said to myself, why don't I think about the fact that I'm not going to fall? Why don't I just enjoy being on the treadmill and hearing the music? But it's tough to switch the perspective because it's based on fear.
Two things. Three things. Now you mentioned fear. What does fear actually stand for? I mean, face everything and recover, F everything and run. What do you want to look at? I mean, you look at the situation. When you're talking about getting up and failing forward, I mean, I don't call it falling. I call it failing forward. You got that opportunity. If you're failing backwards, you don't have much of an opportunity because you're giving up. If you're failing forward, you're going to learn by that mistake, just like you did with the sneaker. You know what I mean? So you get up there and you say, okay, you don't got me this time. We're going to move forward. We're going to learn by that mistake and keep moving. That's the same thing with business. Business is the same way. You cannot learn if you're not open to something. You have to be open and literally want to learn something. If you're learning your business, or if you're stuck in your business and you say, look, I can't get no further, that's because you're not opening yourself up to new ways of dealing with things. Try and map yourself out. I love the map game. So here's myself here. Here's Tony Robbins. I look at 5 things he does. How does he do it? Where he sits there and looks. What is he wearing? What kind of people he deal with? And what kind of crowds? How does he do the marketing and that? I look at how I do it, how I relate to his. I don't take his concepts, but I take the way he values them. So when he values the situation and puts the stuff out there, I try and utilize that and put it in to make me. So I studied 32 of the top achievers. Some are deceased at the time when I had to do it. I just had to do it on YouTube or whatever and not pay them. I've hired like Les Brown, E.T. and Jack Canfield, all these people before, and I paid a lot of money. But the thing is, I got more value out of working with people that wanted my help because they see me as a value, but I see them more as a value because I'm learning from their mistakes what I should not do because I might run in that situation too. So you're learning from each other, even though you're not the coach, you're actually coaching your coach.
Fantastic. That phenomenal share that you just had there. So as a follow-up question to that, I know I typically have 5 or 6 mentors at any time, but for someone who is new to coaching or mentorship, how much do you reach out to a mentor or a coach versus just going ahead and doing it? Like you might say, hey, have you considered this? And then the person does that. And then do they just keep going down that path or do they just keep reaching out to mentors? I know I run things by mentors all the time. And somebody I really look up to who's not my mentor, but I would love it to be, is Mel Robbins. I think she's amazing. I really like a lot.
I was on stage with Mel Robbins once.
You what?
I was on stage with her once.
Oh, that's amazing. How was it?
It was interesting because, I mean, her concept of things, being an ex-drinker herself, you know what I mean? And being a prosecutor, and I'm a convicted felon. It was a bit different. And, I mean, she's a beautiful person and very wise at the touch and that. I mean, she made it big because she put herself out there. I mean, listen, here. If you get up 4 o'clock in the morning, sometimes you'll see videos on there 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll tell you the reason why is if I'm first to get the information out there, you're going to be first to see me. And that's what I want. I want people to see me. I want people to recognize me, but not for the things, hey, I'm going to jail or I'm doing, I'm bloating. I mean, hey, look, I'm in Forbes. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I surprise people all the time with the things I do. Sometimes I'll say, listen, I love the way you touched out. It seems like you're having a problem with this situation, that problem. How about we do a month free and we'll work with you and you won't have to pay a dime because I know you're suffering. Sometimes I do stuff like that. Sometimes I'll say, okay, instead of charging someone $100,000 a year, I'll sit there and say, what could you afford? And then I'll sit there and say, okay, I could do this much for that amount of money. And that will literally get you out. But I have to see the whole picture first, see what your business is about, see where you're stuck, see where you need the help. And maybe you don't need the full year's worth because of the fact of you might only be certain areas that the foundation is cracked and you need to learn from there.
I just think it's phenomenal the way that you are open to hearing what the whole situation is. And then, okay, here's how I can work with you. Yeah. So you're not saying no to anyone. You're saying, hey, let's chat and let's figure it out.
There's 1 or 2 people I had to say no to. I mean, I think it was kind of psychotic, like some devil worshiping stuff I had to get rid of the one time. And the one lady was selling some things I didn't believe into. It was just a weird situation. I won't get on saying that on here, but I mean, it was definitely against something I believed in. And I just had to say, I apologize. I can't help you with that, but I can give you a concept that can help you. And I still gave them a concept that actually helped them. And supposedly they made $100,000 that year doing that concept. So it really worked out well for them. I said, please just don't mention you got that from me, because I can't put myself in a position like that. There's certain things in life that you can actually coach with people. Certain things, if it's not in my realm, I'm not doing it. If it's out of my scope of practice, there's no reason why I should sit there and say, listen, I'm going to coach you on that, but I don't know what I'm doing. Here's what I normally do. If I get a question and I don't know, I'll say, listen, how about I take a day or two and get back to you? I'll ask some of my mentors about that and see what we can come up with and get back to you. That's the easiest way. That way I'm not guessing. I don't like guessing or say, oh, Robert said this, and then it wasn't true, and then I get a bad rep. I don't want that rep. I don't want that rep. I don't want that rep sitting there saying, oh, like Robert didn't do anything for me. Well, you didn't try hard enough then, because I sure the hell will put myself out there for you. If I feel, look, right now, I'm looking for people for the year 2026. I'm looking for people to be my success story. I want them to be a success story. I'm looking for three people to do that. Those three people to come to me, and we'll discuss what we need to do, how we need to do it, and what kind of money's involved. We will do it. I mean, I'll put you out there. I mean, probably even mention you in Forbes, for crying out loud. Who knows?
Well, Robert, I think what's really important that you shared, especially as a coach, is setting boundaries. You set boundaries. There's certain things you're going to do and certain things you're not. And good for you, because you're owning your intuition. And I like to share with people that it's okay to say no. No is a decision. But they have fear of it, and that's a whole other show. And unfortunately, we're actually out of time. I can't believe how quickly it went by.
Again.
So, Robert, you just mentioned you're looking for people. Can you be specific about exactly what you're looking for and who you can help with your offerings?
I can help almost anybody. It's an entrepreneur that wants to bring their business to the next level. That's why I call it next level coaching. So I want to know where your struggles are. I want to know what's going on with your business. Why can't you reach your potential? Everybody has a potential. I mean, maybe you're just coaching. Maybe it could be a yoga coach. It could be any kind of coach. It could be anything. I mean, I don't care if you're a car coach teaching people mechanics. I don't care. Come to me, talk to me. You know what I mean? See where we can lead with this. And just, if you have an idea, maybe you want to do an AI agent. Maybe you want to build an AI agent for your business or something like that. I have a lot of them. I know how to build them. I know how to develop them. You know what I mean? I'll give it to you afterwards. Basically, what happens is, if I put someone as a success story, I'm going to put myself out there for them. I'm going to use my name to back them up and get them out there. They're going to be floating, basically. By the end of the year, they're going to be like, wow. But the thing is, I never rush it. I'll tell you why. Too many people have it focused on their mind. Oh, you're not making no money yet. I gotta run, go. Well, you're going to go too fast and not build that foundation, and it's going to crumble. Don't sit there and put yourself on a pedestal that's not there. Build yourself up to that. You know, God only puts so much in front of you at one time, because he knows you can only handle so much. If you actually put too much on your plate, you're going to be overwhelmed and you're going to crumble. There's no two ways about it. I've been there and done it. You're going to burn right out, sleep for 3 days, and get up and say, okay, where was I? Now you're lost.
Robert, it's been a true honor having you here, and I'm excited because I'm going to be signing up. I'm speaking right after this, but this evening I will be signing up, and I will be one of your clients. I am looking forward to it. So thank you again for being here. We have your website information up. Again, for anyone on an audio platform, is there anything else you want to share?
Well, I mean, you got the main website, the main umbrella of the website is nextlevelcoachinginc.com. That's my main one. And that one there, and then if you put /hub behind it, you'll actually get all my programs that are there, and that's the beneficial of it. So basically, I got another one coming up. I mean, you wouldn't believe the programs I got coming up. You just have to look on there and be surprised, because there's a few of them that aren't up there yet, but I'm going to be putting up later on today.
All right. Very proud of you and grateful for your time today, and looking forward to being your client. So thanks for being here today. You can find Robert's other interviews over on our YouTube channel. Just put in his name and they will all come up. So Robert,
I'm very easy to find. Very easy to find. Robert J. Moore. Don't forget that J. I hate that, people. A lot of people come up or they'll sit there and say Rob. Who's Rob? I don't like that. Bob. Who's Bob? Everybody says, well, Uncle Bob this, Uncle Bob that. Well, I like to know who Uncle Bob is because I like to, hey, come on.
I know. I'll say I'm Dr. Jacalyn, and they'll go, Dr. Jackie. I'm like, who is that? I don't know who that is. That's not my
I
trade.
can go by doctor too if I want to, but mine's only ons. Mine's on honors, right? So I don't use
counts.
it. Well, no, it still counts, but do I need the credibility? I don't think so. I got enough credibility.
Yeah, I don't think you need it. I don't think you need it.
See, there's credibility online and there's credibility offline. The online's right here where you're doing things with certain people, and offline is getting videos and pictures with people. Pictures anybody can do with AI, so you want to be careful with that. You want to actually physically get someone on in a video that's saying your name and saying the nice things about it. And hopefully it's not AI orientated either. So there's a lot of them out there that are fake.
I've seen that, especially with A-list celebrities too. I'm like, that's not them.
Hey, I'm the real deal. I'm the real deal. If I tell you I'm doing something, I'm doing it.
All right. Well, thanks for doing this today, especially 2 shows in one day. I really appreciate you.
Oh, I got a coaching client afterwards. So here we go.
All right. Enjoy. Take care.
Cheers.
Bye. Please do reach out to Robert. As I mentioned, I'm going to be signing up myself for his AI platform because I really believe he even just mentioned about having a team. It's like you actually have team members doing things for you. Now, what I found is that we still are running the team, right? We can't just go to sleep and then just depend on our team without checking in. So, by the way, I feel like I'm being checked in on. What do you think with these owls watching over me? I have to ask Red how he feels when they're watching the whole time. Anyway, thanks for being here. Talking Heads is not coming up after this because Red has the day off, but we do have Saving America with Dr. David D. Shine. We have Intentional Productivity Tips with Megan Sandwick. And then we have A Woman's Prerogative with Mariska Dupria and myself. And then my new show, if you're not aware of it, I'm doing a show every single night. It's called Let's Finally Talk. And there's a different topic every night. It's completely unscripted. And each one is building on top of the other one. So thank you again. We are closing out for now, and I'm going to be sharing with you our commercial for the retreat. If you haven't heard about it yet, I'm hoping that you're going to be so excited by hearing about it. You are going to be signing up so that you can have this life-changing opportunity at the Horseshoe Farm in Hendersonville, North Carolina, in the United States of America. I will be there, and I will be joined by 14 wonderful people. Will one of them be you? I hope so. Take a look. Nestled in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains, the Horseshoe Farm has always been more than a destination. It's a living, breathing reflection of community, connection, and transformation. Once a humble family farmstead, it has evolved over the years to become a sanctuary for travelers, seekers, families, and friends alike. Originally reimagined by the Turchin family as an Airbnb property, the farm began its journey into hospitality with simple roots, welcoming guests to experience the beauty and peace of the sacred land. As word spread and the vision deepened, the property organically blossomed into a boutique resort, rooted in the values of slow living, intentional experiences, and the magic of gathering. Today, the Horseshoe Farm is a 90-acre experiential retreat that merges hospitality, wellness, and culinary excellence. It is home to the Stable Spa, the Silo Cookhouse, distinctive lodging options, and a curated calendar of events that nourish mind, body, and spirit. Our guest experience is designed to be both grounding and expansive, where the comforts of luxury meet with the simplicity of nature. At its core, the Horseshoe Farm is about transformation of land, of self, and of community. We are proud of where we've come from. We are confident in who we are today and excited for the road ahead. Hello, I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, also known as the Listening Mentor and President and Founder of USA Global TV and Radio. I had the opportunity, the pleasure of attending a retreat at the Horseshoe Farm just recently. I was so impressed with all of the opportunities that were presented to me in this glorious setting, as well as the highest level of customer service, that I've decided to put together a retreat at the Horseshoe Farm in Hendersonville, North Carolina, United States of America, June 3rd through the 6th, 2026. You can expect to have a beautiful time of relaxation combined with learning, community, collaboration. Do consider joining me in this wonderful opportunity to reconnect with yourself, with others, and with nature. For more information, email me at drjacalyn@usaglobaltv.com.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/usaglobaltv. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dies. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.